Good morning to all of you. Now today we start class 12th mathematics part 1 NCERT book. Okay, class 12th mathematics NCERT book. ठीक है, and chapter is matrices. Part 1. In class 12th mathematics given in two parts, part 1 and part 2, and today we start part 1 and first chapter is matrices. So what is matrices? So first we want to define what is matrix. Okay, so if we write some information, like Ram has 20 books and 15 pens. Okay, and another is Sita has 20 books and 10 pens. Okay, and another is Syam has 30 books and 35 pens. This is the information given in language form. So we want to write this information in tabular form. How we can write? So if we write here Ram, Sita and Syam. Okay, and here you write books and pens. Okay, so Ram has 20 books and 15 pens. 20 books and 15 pens. Sita has 20 books and 10 pens. And Syam has 30 books and 35 pens. Okay, so this can be expressed as like how we can write. So we can write here 20, 15, 20, 10 and 30, 35. This information written in tabular form. Okay, so here we define some term like first horizontal row, you can see first horizontal line, second, okay, and third. And if we see here, how many vertical lines? 1 and 2. So all these horizontal line known as rows. That means you can write here row 1, first row. Okay, here you write row 2, that is second row, and here you write third row. Okay, so how many rows? There are 3 rows, 1, 2 and 3. And now how many columns? So you can write here column 1, first column. Okay, first vertical line, and second is column second. Okay, so this is the representation of above information in tabular form. Okay, and you can write this information another way. That means here if you want to write order, that means how many rows? 3. And how many columns? 2. So order of this matrix is 3 cross 2. Okay, we define in next. Okay, so first we write here the above information like that. Okay, this is the representation of above information in tabular form, and you say this is in matrix form. Okay, and also we can write above information that is, so in second way. First way we write like that, and now we write here second way. That means if you write here Ram, Sita and Syam, here we write books, pens. Okay, now Ram has 20 books and 15 pens. Sita has 20 books and 10 pens. Syam has 30 books and 35 pens. Okay, so this information you can write in this way also. Okay, so this information can be expressed as in tabular form. How we write in tabular form? That means if you write here 20, 20, 30 and 15, 10, 35. Okay, so here how many horizontal line? 1 and 2. So you can write row 1, first row, and here row 2. Okay, and how many vertical lines? 1, 2, 3. So you can write here column 1, column 2 and column 3. So we write here column 1, column 2, and here column 3. So how many rows? Number of rows equal to 2, and how many columns? Equal to 3. So this information you can write in tabular form into 2 ways. Okay, this is second ways, and just we write in first way. So now we are going to define definition of matrix. Okay, so we write here some example. A equal to, here we want to write a matrix 2 3 4 9 1 3. This is a matrix, okay, and here we write another, that is 1 2 3 4 5 6, sorry, 7 8 9. Here we write random matrix, okay. This is a matrix, and you can write in trigonometrical form: sin x cos x minus cos x sin x, something like that, okay. All are the matrix. Now here we define first of all, you see in here you write how many row and column, and in this matrix how many row and column, and here row and columns है, okay. Now how many row? 1 2 3. So row equal to 3, and how many column? 1 2 2. Just you see in matrix and you count how many horizontal row. So first horizontal row, second and third. How many? 3. So rows is 3 and column vertical lines, first second, so column is 2. Here you write rows is 1 2 and 3 rows, and column 1 2 3, okay. And in this matrix you can write row is 2 and also columns 2. So if you find here how many rows and how many columns in a matrix, okay, is it clear? And now we define order of a matrix. So you can write a matrix having m rows and n columns, okay. A matrix having m rows and n columns is called a matrix of order m cross n, okay. And here you see m rows and n columns. That means if here we want to write, here m represent number of rows, number of rows and n represent number of columns. Okay, we want to write here a representation of a matrix in general form. First we define a matrix and then order of a matrix, and now we want to write in general form representation of a matrix. Okay, so let us clear that. In general form, a matrix of order m cross n can be written as A equal to, because we write representation of a matrix is represented by capital letter of alphabets. Okay, so let us write here A equal to A I J. Okay, in general A I J m cross n. Okay, and now here I varies from 1 to m and j 1 to n. Okay, this is condition because I and j in suffix form. So if we use the value of I and j in this general matrix, so what will we get? And here we write here, if we use I equal to 1 and j equal to 1. Okay, so this represent rows and this is columns. And now if you write A11, okay, A12, A13 and dot dot A1n. Is it clear? And now here we write A21, A22, A23 and dot dot A2n. Okay, what is the value of in A23? I equal to and j equal to क्या? What is I equal to 2 and j equal to 3? Okay, because first term is represent I and second is j. Okay, so now and next is A31, A32, A33 and dot dot A3. Yeah. Okay, and if you write last m rows, that is AM1, AM2, AM3 and dot dot AM. This is the general form of a matrix when we use the value of I and j. Okay, in which the number of rows equal to m and the number of columns equal to n. This is the general form, and here we write m cross n. This means that m represent number of rows. How many rows? Okay, you count, and number of columns. Now here we write a topic is, you can write as a note, the number of element, the number of element, the number of elements in M cross N matrix is Mn. This means that if you write here an example, here we write random matrix, that is 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, and order of the matrix is how many rows? 2 cross how many columns? 3. So number of elements in this matrix is Mn, that is 2 into 3. 2 into 3 equal to 6. So how many element? Count 1 2 3 4 5 6. So number of element, this is the formula. If we write any random matrix and we say that the order of a matrix is 5 into 6, 5 cross 6. If order of a matrix is 5 cross 6, then how many element in this matrix? So you can find that the number of element in a matrix is m into n, where m represent rows and n is column. So multiplication of number of rows and number of columns. So here if we write 5 cross 6 is a matrix. So number of element is 5 into 6, that is 30 element in that matrix. And if order of a matrix is 15 cross 3, how many element? 45 element. Okay, so you can write this is note like how many number in a matrix. Okay, so is it clear that? Any problem? Now if you write an example that this is the general form, representation of a general form. Okay, any person if he asked to you representation of a matrix in general form is, so you told him A equal to Aij m cross n, where m represent number of rows and n represent number of columns, and where is I from 1 to m and j from 1 to n. Okay, now